Hello, this is Keith with Everol Fishing Reels. Recently I was asked by one of our customers to explain how the Everol drag scale works. And I came to realize that that customer was absolutely right. We have not done a very good job of explaining the huge advantages the Everol drag scale has. So I'm going to make this quick video. As you can see, I'm sitting at my dining room table here because I promised this gentleman I'd make a video to explain how it works. Before we get started, let me explain the differences between the two Everol reels that we have. The first one is the waterproof series. As you can see, it is a standard conventional reel. It is going to be at a lower price point than the Everol Special Series and is going to be in similar design to a Penn or a Shimano. Again, this reel, as you can see, does not have the drag scale. This is a relatively new reel for our lineup. It's only been around about 12 years. The reel that is famous for the Everol drag scale is the Special Series. Remember, the first one was the waterproof series. This is the Special Series. The Special Series, as you can tell, has a drag scale on it. So let me explain exactly how that works. If you take a look, you have a series of numbers on this drag scale. So I'll adjust that out. And as you can see, let's take this set of numbers right here. You have a 22, a 33, and a 66. What that means is that if you set the drag scale to the 22, at full spool, the reel will be applying 22 pounds of drag. As the fish peels off line, when you have half a spool of line left, you're going to have 33 pounds of drag being applied. And then at empty spool, you're going to have 66 pounds of drag. So, two questions are often asked. One, how do I know what is full, empty, and half of spool? Well, if you look, I'm not sure if you can see this, inside the spool there are 3 grooves cut inside that represent full, half, and empty. They correlate to the 3 numbers on your drag scale. So at full spool you'll have 22 pounds of drag, at empty you'll have 66, and halfway in between you have 33 pounds. One question that I'm often asked is, if you have a particular drag scale setting, why does drag go up? Well, that's basic law of physics. Basically, as the fish peels off line, you're going to have less of a moment arm pulling the spool. So therefore, drag goes up. Let me explain it in more simple terms. If you were to take this reel and move it with your finger, it's a lot easier to move moving it at the top of the spool. If you move it down at the bottom, it's very difficult. As a matter of fact, it's 3 times more difficult to move it when you're moving it at the bottom than at the top. So basically, it's a matter of leverage. As the line is peeled off, the leverage goes away and therefore the drag goes up. So why is this so critically important? Well, if you're a big game fisherman going after billfish or tuna, the reason it's so important is that you don't want to do anything to break off that fish. So let's say hypothetically you have 20 pounds of drag applied. If you do nothing, it's going to go to 60 pounds of drag. So quite often what happens for these big game tournaments, you will have basically people that are running Penns, Shimanos, or any of our competitors. What they'll do is they'll take a drag scale and they'll pull the line out. Let me show you here. What I just had in my hand was a Everol 9/0 regular 2-speed. This one is a 6/0 1-speed. One other thing that I want to point out, you'll notice that the drag scale on this one is green, the drag scale on this one is blue. Blue is 1-speed, green is 2-speed. Alright, let me explain some of the basic functions of the Everol, and then we'll go back to explain why our competitors have to use a drag scale and with an Everol you never have to. Okay, as I just showed you, this is a 6/0 regular 1-speed. Let me explain how this works. Basically, the drag scale moves to change the amount of drag. This little device is absolutely genius. I call it the captain's idiot stop. The official name is the drag stop. Basically, the way this works is prior to leaving the dock, your captain will set that. You go out, put out your spread, start trolling, fish on, fish on. With a lot of other reels, if a guy gets excited and jams this up, he's going to break a fish off. With an Everol, that can never happen. With this captain's idiot stop, you can see how easily I move it with the touch of a finger. You set it where you want it, and then when you go to strike to hook up with the fish, you're locked out. And no matter how much pressure you apply, you cannot advance it. So once you're hooked up, this drag stop moves easily out of the way. You can start fishing. As a matter of fact, as we talked about, if you want to apply a constant amount of drag to the fish, as the fish peels offline, what do you have to do? Well, you have to pull back on the drag to maintain a constant drag pressure on the fish. Well, the problem with that is, as you bring it back, you have some risk of bringing it too far back and accidentally going into free spool. If you do that, you can create a bird's nest which will break off the fish. The neat thing about this captain's idiot stop is you can bring it all the way back, and what it does, it locks you out from accidentally going into free spool. Pretty nifty system. All right, the other thing on the other side, you'll notice this is the clicker, and I'll just use this real quick. That is with the clicker on. That's with the clicker off. All right. All right. So that's the basic usage of the Everol with the drag stop and also with the clicker.